Hey right bags, it's Jade. Today I'm going to do a little bit something different. I'm going to talk about SMALLAND and base building and how much I'm really enjoying the base building in SMALLAND. It's probably one of its best features. If you haven't jumped in yet, I highly recommend you do so. Not only because the base building pieces are quite nice, there's 3 different tile sets, although some of them are a bit grindy to get hold of, it has to be said, but nevertheless it still gives a huge amount of choice in what you can build and curate. But on top of that, the freedom to be able to change location of your base and go anywhere across the map where you find the trees. If you don't know, SMALLAND pretty much has a system where there's 10 trees in the game and you build your base in one of these trees and you can take your base and teleport it to another tree. You can teleport your base to your friends' trees in their worlds. It's such a game changer. It really is one of the best features I've seen added in a game. Fallout 76 has something similar with its camps and stuff. But of course you don't have your private worlds on that game unless you're paying for the membership options, whereas this is all completely free. Join your friend's world, bring your beautiful amazing base or your box with all your gear over to your friend's world. You can still go ahead and build anywhere you want in the rest of the game, but if you want your bases to transfer or be easy access and basically move to where you need to go on the map to get new resources, then make sure you always build in a tree. So what you're watching is my first attempt at a speed build, and this is part of my 100 days on my brand new channel, JPG 100 Days. I've been promoting it a lot because I'm nearly at 1,000 subscribers, and once I get there, I'll be partnered again for my 3rd time on YouTube. I've been live streaming 100 days of SMALLAND and it's pretty much done now. You might have seen the last stream from me. All that remains to come is the actual video. So if you want to see how I survived 100 days in SMALLAND, maybe defeated all the bosses, got every armor and weapon, then make sure you go and check that video out and make sure you subscribe today and help me get to 1,000 subscribers. But yeah, I thought I'd do something a bit different as part of that and build up my base. So I went and got all the resources. My stream saw me grind and get everything we needed to build a moderate sized base. That's definitely something I'll learn for next time. You don't need as much space as you would think. There are quite a lot of crafting benches in SMALLAND, but honestly, I could have done with just 1 level and I would have been perfectly fine. But I love doing stuff like this. I really want to get into the habit and maybe start doing more content like this with builds. I need to learn a little bit more and make sure that I'm following through correctly and maybe doing things a bit quicker, because I did spend a lot of time here. But that's what happens when it's not creative mode. You have to keep going, getting back resources, and remembering what you've got and what you haven't got. I ended up linking 2 accounts. I played this on my Steam Deck, so the camera you're seeing, the actual base you're looking at, is recorded via my PC, and the character you're seeing is another character that I got a copy from Merge. A big shout out to them. And I used my Steam Deck character to basically jump on and show me building. One sad note though, once I built this base, not half an hour had gone, I went off to go and do some stuff. I exited out the game and then I came back on to take some screenshots. This was just as the game had gone live a few days, and there was a significant bug I had. Maybe something to do with the Steam Deck account being connected, but effectively I lost my base. The only thing that was left was some doors. I showed this to my guys on stream, and so yeah, I was a bit sad. So all my resources were gone, absolutely everything. I'd spent like 2 days grinding and getting everything I figured we'd need, and I nearly run out anyway, but yeah, it was a really tough challenge getting all that stuff ready to build this for this time lapse. So I did end up using some modding software to go ahead and give me some more resources to rebuild. So you will see a slightly different base come the finish, but I will show elements of this in the video for the 100 days. Anyway, back to the actual base building. Apart from being able to transfer your base, the actual building itself is really nice. Grounded's got the socket system. Lots of games have the socket system where you basically just connect them together. They're like, I guess, tile sets. But SMALLAND did make the decision to make it more like Valheim. You can basically blend pieces together. You are not restricted. There's no like clips that are really telling you or stopping you from doing things. You can blend wood together, you can blend at different angles, and you can flip stuff in such crazy ways. I did a pretty traditional, I guess, base here, nothing too crazy. Just wanted to have something with some interesting shapes and roofs, even though it was kind of still a box. But it's such a good move by Merge to make sure that you can do this. It really does mean you can create all sorts of crazy stuff by being able to flip pieces upside down when normally you can't do that in a lot of other survival games with building. And I mean every piece, everything, corner pieces, slanted pieces, roof pieces, they can all be kind of twisted or turned, majority of them upside down or different angles. All Merge need to do now is add an actual dedicated creative mode. Like I said, I ended up using some mod software, the Unreal Unlocker, to go ahead and open up the console commands to give myself some more of the resources I needed, because I really didn't want to have to grind for more days just to get my base up, and it was going to kind of ruin the flow of doing my 100 days. So yeah, I'm really hoping they add creative mode soon. I think it would be amazing. It's effectively like Valheim in terms of the way that you can blend pieces together, and you can do that to some degree in Arc, but it's still a bit more rigid in Arc, and definitely Conan's quite rigid. And compared to other games like Grounded, it's definitely 10 times better in terms of the pieces that you can place and how you can actually move stuff around. In fact, Grounded's quite restricted. It has some nice pieces, but they are very much a case of not being able to blend pieces together. Builders will know what I'm talking about there. But the pieces themselves are really nice as well. Like obviously you've got the green and the grass, which is your basic build set. And then you've obviously got the wood or the bark. And then you've got the stone. Now, the stone does require quite a lot of other stuff. You're going to need a lot of the mortar. And that's basically clay mixed together with the bug lymphs. So it's really an end game item because you can't get that clay until you get the spike pickaxe. And you've gone and explored all over the southeast area. But they've got so many different building pieces, so many kind of circular roofs, so many different types of ceilings, walls, and just, yeah, a whole variety of doorways as well, curved pieces which are really light. I do hope in the future though they do add some sort of extra comfort system to the game. There are some decorations, and that's probably the thing that's lacking a bit at the moment. You can see a lot of the NPCs have lots and lots of nice things scattered around them, but we only get a few of them. We don't have access to all the stuff they have. They've got like holders for all the eggs. I would love that because you end up having hundreds of eggs by the time you've done like 100 hours in this game like I have. Some more ways to display, and it desperately needs to add armor stands as soon as possible. Since that's a main focus of the game is getting the armors, it's nice to show them all off on display or have easy access like wardrobes to where we can get gear sets. That's definitely one area they could learn from Grounded. Grounded does do a good and fantastic job with the amount of trophies you have. You can pretty much put every bug head on a trophy. Grounded also has a whole ton of stuffed bugs and more, but really if SMALLAND does something similar, I think it'd be really good. People get really creative in either building their museums or taxidermy houses or just conquest creatures they've slain and pin them up on the wall to make it look a bit more interesting. I would like to see some more sort of banners as well, maybe steal that idea a little bit from Valheim, as there's quite a few banners that you can hang up and around in that game. Not to mention rugs as well, I think that would go pretty nice. Definitely in the works, because some of the NPCs again do have sort of trophies showing some of the bugs or the bosses that they've defeated. And overall, just a really good system. In the tree, you don't really take as much damage, but you do need to have roof pieces explicitly over some of your pieces, otherwise you will have to repair stuff quite a lot other than foundations, so be careful that when you're actually building. And of course you get all your resources back if you make a mistake, so you can dismantle something and get everything back to go ahead and build a new piece. So here you go, here's the finished build, which you will not see as part of my finished base in 100 days, but I really wanted to be able to do something with the footage and try and get some of you guys to come give me a subscribe and get me to 1,000 subs on my new channel. Obviously I will be doing more SMALLAND in the future, and who knows, maybe we'll do a 200 days once the game gets closer to full release, or it's maybe had a significant amount of update or content in it. I've got lots of other things planned, probably more Grounded 100 days. I'm also thinking at brand new survival games, as well as some older ones like Don't Starve and more. And I've already got a Sons of the Forest 100 days up, as well as the original game beginning to the end, kind of movie style. So yeah, I'll be live streaming mostly on that channel from now on. Few corners here and there in the inside which weren't really working, but you see my bedroom, and this is where I probably would have had my bed and stuff. A nice little walkway you could go out of, and I just really like the mix and blend of the colours with the wood, the green, and obviously the darker roofs as well. So there we go. Let me know. Come join my Discord if you want to share some of your screenshots of your base, and I will see you ratbags for more SMALLAND very soon.